What's going on, guys? I'm here back with another Epic 7 video, and today we're bringing Milim into RTA, but we were on a Lifesteal last time. This time counter pen set, stats on the screen, 168 speed, 100 crit, 265 crit damage, 3.2k attack, some bulk, 1.3k defense, and like 12.5k HP. And you know, I wish she was better. I honestly wish she was better. You know, we tried putting her on the Mittens artifact, whatever her own artifact is, the Dragon Knuckles. We tried putting her on that, but I feel like she would never counter. She would never ever counter. On Lifesteal, she would never counter. Here, I think she's countering more because of the counter set, rather than getting missed on and then proccing a counter chance, right? So at first, you know, I was thinking, wow, that artifact is going to be amazing. Counter artifacts are usually, you know, kind of OP. You've seen Elbrus, you know what it does, but that one is just an innate proc chance, and it has a higher chance, I mean, I guess technically, to activate because Elbrus activates on a teammate getting hit, right? This has to activate. The only way that her Dragon Knuckles activates is if she doesn't get crit. So it's a bit tough to run her artifact. And you know, we tried bringing her into a bunch of different comps with a couple of different bruisers. So again, we're trying to play her like a bruiser, but you know, she's just not it. I think you need like really insane gear in order to be able to play her like a bruiser, because her stat line is so low when it comes to bulk, right? And so I tried putting my best gear or the best counter pen set that I had on her, but I feel like she just still didn't do any damage, or she didn't provide any kind of utility to the team. Like I mentioned, we brought her into a couple of different scenarios, but you'll see here that Rimuru is showing that he's the best limited. So unless Milim gets some kind of buff, something else to make her, I guess, just a little bit better, you know, I think that Rimuru is going to be the best pickup when it comes to both limiteds. But you know, Milim on the counter pen, you know, we still don't have any molas on her, so we're going on her counters. And so that's what we wanted to see here. You know, for the most part, you know, I was thinking it's probably not going to work, but you know, her thing is that on this counter pen set, she hardly ever did her S3 or lived long enough to do her S3, which you really want to do because it gives her that evasion buff. And so you'll see here, we soul burn the S1, get attack buff, and then we S3. But the anti-crit here, anti-crit makes us not kill. But one of the cool things that I like that could potentially open up like different, I guess, different plays is her soul burn S1 into S3 into S2. So if you time it to where she has enough focus, as you saw there, you can soul burn S1, get an extra turn, go with the S3, nuke someone out if you have max molas, I guess, and then hit everybody else with the S2. So it could be potentially devastating. I can see some benefit to that there, but as you saw, her S2 did nothing. It just hit like a wet noodle. Too much damage mitigation. Here's another Rimuru showcase. He just destroys Violet. He doesn't even need to hit for 10k, right? Milim here, going with the soul burn S1. We did bring her on book a couple of times because the Dragon Knuckles wasn't proccing. And again, maybe it needs to be plus 30, but you know, I don't think that's great practice having to have an artifact, especially a limited artifact, at plus 30 in order for it to activate. You'll see some misses here and some counters by the Milim, which is nice. The evasion buff coming in clutch. And so that's why I mentioned, you know, her thing, you really want the S3 to go off first. Unless you bring her with insane damage mitigation. I'm thinking, you know, maybe like T crows it, ML crows it. You bring, just protect the Milim comp, but then that's not really that fun, right? Because then you have to bring some other form of damage. Otherwise, it's just Milim against the world. Here, there's no way we were going to win. You know, we're going up against 2 ice units. Carrot, we have no way to cleanse. But as you saw, the soul burn into the S2, we're actually able to land the crit on that Kisei there. Going up against AOL in this one. So AOL control, it's a bad time for her. It's a bad time. As you see, we bring in our boy, Mediator Kickwarrick, and he's been putting in work actually in RTA. He's with his buffs now, he's actually pretty decent, even though we have him on an Omega meme build. He is on a revenge set just for the lols because we wanted to try a revenge set. He's like 212-ish speed and just like bulk stats. Like his gear is really bad. It's just there for the revenge bonus. That's literally it. We do have him on Durandal as well. So since he doesn't get any healing in, he's getting faster and faster as his HP drops. We're able to take out this AOL on the S3 with the Milim, but we're still going up against 2 grass units. So this one was going to be tough. We do have immunity going up against the SSB. She doesn't land, so we actually get a miss on the Milim here, but she's defense broken. So her survivability and her ability to, I guess, take damage, even on a bruiser build, it's not great. It's not great. Her S1 sustain isn't enough. I think that the Lifesteal build was way better for her sustain. Like if you just want to go like kind of bruiser-ish, maybe you make her like 200 speed on a Lifesteal set. Again, kind of like Spectene, right? However, Spectene does have that built-in passive that doesn't allow her to get hit or targeted. You know, but Milim doesn't really have that. She has the evasion. That's why I mentioned you want her to go first. And you'll see here in this one, you know, Basar. So Fire Milim, I think, is also another great choice into Basar, but you know, you don't see Basar as much as you used to, right? She's fire. She has that potential to that 50-50, and then she has the evasion on the S3, right? And so if she doesn't get crit, if you're running her on the knuckles, you're bringing her against just only grass units, then, you know, I think she could potentially shine. We're able to take out the Basar there. It was probably a squishy Basar, but we got evasion buff, which is nice. You know, she has the hit chance with her passive. We still have her only at 85% chance to proc that. There were a couple of times where she didn't proc it, but you saw their counter. Doesn't really do much. She still misses. You know, and most of these fights are like an APOC Ravi showcase or Rimuru showcase. But you know, we were able to take out that flan. But after this, it's pretty much GG because we just take out the Lilius, and the SSB just dies to Rem and Fritz, right? But Milim, you know, evasion buff, I think it's really nice, but she just doesn't do enough damage and provide enough utility to the overall team. Like I mentioned, we can bring in some insane sustain with her, you know, bring in like Emilia, Crow, T. Crozet, you know, or even Crimson Armin, right? I was trying to kind of work on Crimson Armin, potentially showcase her later on in the future, but again, it's just protect the Milim comp. And here we do proc the eye. I'm not sure if that Landy was on stealth. I think she's on proof here. So, I mean, hey, maybe that's a shift. Maybe people are moving their Landies away from the stealth, but this one we just get destroyed by the Bellion. Bellion is kind of insane, but we brought our boy Kickwarrick, and you know, he tries. So he tries, even though we had some decent DPS. Rimuru showcase, right? Rimuru is just insane, crits the fire unit and just destroys her. After that, it's pretty much GG. There's not really any way we can recover. Even if we can take out this Landy, which is on proof. So 10k, 0 molas with attack buff. I mean, that's still asking a lot, you know, but hey, it is what it is. And, you know, for the most part, you know, like I said, I wish she was better. You know, of course, she's not plus 15. Yeah, I get it. But The goal is to see if she's good without the plus 15. Like Rimuru, he is really good without any molas. So he doesn't need any molas to do his job, right? Milim, on the other hand, you want to go plus 15 and then give her like insane gear in order to be able to deal damage, be able to survive, and then get off her S3 as quick as possible. You'll see on this one I think is more of a Kikwaric and CC showcase, because that carrot, as I mentioned, control, burns, all of that. Milim doesn't have a way to cleanse unless you bring cleansers and a lot of support. She's just gonna go down. And on this counter pin set, that's the biggest thing that I was facing is no immunity, right? So she would get controlled early on, or she would just get focused down early on and just get destroyed like that. We got our boy Kikwaric to put in some work. We're able to take out the Emilia. Strays here goes down. So then it becomes just a Meteor Kikwaric and Fallen CC versus the world. I was thinking, hey, we're probably going to lose this, but we got our revenge set on. So maybe, just maybe, we can outspeed this carrot and we can lap her. And if we lap, we can deal, I guess, more damage than she can heal. And that barrier can only proc a certain number of times. It's supposed to only proc once, right? It's only supposed to proc once, but sometimes I feel like it procs every single time you hit her. But we're able to start gaining some momentum here. And the carrot, only 12K. Good thing is that this carrot isn't like 16K or 18K. We're getting it as fast as possible here. We're also able to get some resist in from those burns, which is really nice. As you can see here, the burns not doing that much, even though we're already into the 4th round of this. No provokes there. I think we have the S3. Soul Burning, I believe, extends the buffs for 3 turns, which gives us a little bit more time to not get debuffed. And as I mentioned, the lower our HP is, the faster we're gonna get. Our Fallen CC is also on Warhorn, so she is pushing up on her own, and no damage here, as you can see. Revenge set, it's really bad. None of it is reforged except for the ring. He does have plus 11 skill ups, so plus 11 on that. As you can see, really bad. Please don't copy this build. It's a really bad build. 212 speed, Durandal. We just wanted to put it on there just to see if it worked. And it did. I mean, he really doesn't need much anymore because of that. -1 on the control if he has his S3 buff, his S3 up, which is really nice. Here's Milim, counter pen set. Now, I think these stats are kind of decent, except for maybe the speed and the attack. Of course, ideally you would want her way faster. I think maybe like if you have her on this type of build, like a 190-ish speed, maybe even pushing the 200 mark. Attack, also, I think my attack is kind of low. I think maybe like 3.5 to 3.7K attack if you're running on this type of build. I think crit damage is pretty decent. Everything else you want into bulk stats if you're going to try to run it like this. But I don't really think this is her build. I think this build is very, very difficult to pull off. I think if anything, you want her just fast with damage and then just forget about the survivability. Maybe like 10K HP, maybe 1K, 1.2K defense, something like that. Kind of like what early Landy used to be run as, just give her like insane damage. Even then, she's going to need the plus 15 skill ups. But that's going to be it for me. Let me know your thoughts about Milim in the comment section below. Like always, if you haven't enjoyed the video, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, think about subscribing. It really helps the channel grow and reach more people like you who like content like this. Like always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.